Students sign an agreement to abide by the university honor code. When student A sticks to the agreement to abide by the honor code, he scores 20 out of 30 based on his honest effort. When student A cheats and the professor trusts the student, he scores 30 out of 30. When the student cheats and he is being monitored, he scores 0. The question is, what proportion of the time should the professor monitor the student to get him to stick to the agreement? The numbers you see in this payoff matrix are the scores that the student attains under the various states of nature. Let us assume that 20 out of 30 is sufficient to obtain a passing score. The student can cheat and obtain an A grade, or alternatively, when he cheats, he can obtain an F. So the student's possible outcomes are to be honest and earn a C, or to cheat and either obtain an A or an F. If the student knows he is being monitored, he will obviously stick to the agreement because cheating does not make sense if you're being monitored. And if the professor trusts the student might take the chance to cheat based on the possibility that he could actually come out ahead. If there is no monitoring at all, the student will cheat because sticking to the agreement will earn him a C, whereas cheating without a penalty will earn him an A. The student must therefore determine what proportion of monitoring would cause him to stick to the agreement. Let us determine the point for the student where he would be indifferent between honesty and cheating. If P is the proportion of the time that you will be monitored, then it turns out that if we weight the outcomes of the student's score with honesty, the left-hand side of our equation, against the score he will obtain if he cheats a certain percentage of the time, it turns out that if P is the proportion of the time you're being monitored, then 1 minus P would be the proportion of the time that you're not monitored. And when we multiply 1 minus P by the score obtained when you're not monitored, then we will determine the indifference point between honesty and cheating. By manipulating the formula in front of us, we can see that when P is equal to 1/3, the scores from cheating and honesty are going to be exactly the same. So we conclude that if we monitor the student more than 1/3 of the time, the student will view sticking to the agreement as the more valuable outcome and will not cheat.